And we are live. How are you doing, people? How are you doing, music lovers? Chris Langston here, checking in from a very, very wintry Queenstown in the South Island of New Zealand. Currently snowing outside, so what better way to stay indoors, sift through my record collection, and basically just to take a look at what I'm going to handpick for tomorrow's gig. I have a debut gig at a new venue in Queenstown, a little lounge bar, cocktail bar called Little Mez. And so, what I would usually do the night before is try and prepare with a selection of vinyl. And I thought I'd take you on the journey. Maybe you can come along and give your suggestions. Maybe you can give the thumbs up, thumbs down, maybe, as and when I call out certain records. Just a bit of fun. I've not been online for a little while, especially gone live. So, why not indeed? So, without further ado, let's get straight into it, shall we? So I've got my trusty record box here from it's always near to hand. And from the last gig I did, which was around about 2 weeks ago on a Saturday, this is still full from the records that I took on that particular night. A marathon 6 hour DJ set, kind of a hybrid set, part vinyl and part other formats, but very successful. Great night indeed. That night was particularly heavy on the disco, on the boogie, as well as the funk and the soul, but very, very much leaning towards the disco and the boogie. Tomorrow's night's set is going to be primarily soul, old school, going into a little bit of northern. Definitely the rare groove, more modern soul, getting up to the 80s, as well as the boogie selection. A little bit of disco, not so much, but we're going to go on with the funk. Going to go with a little bit of maybe a little bit of jazz, and also Motown. I'm going to throw a bit of Motown. I haven't played many sets recently where I play some Motown selections, maybe even some classic hip hop. Who knows? We could go here, there, and everywhere. So I'm just sifting through my collection at the moment, and I'm kind of deliberating what to take. So this is from the box from the last set that I did. Well, first up we got George McRae. I Get Lifted. I think that's a must for tomorrow night, right there. And of course, George McRae. You can't play any George McRae without playing a fantastic Gwen McRae. A very successful couple indeed who helped each other on their path to duet success as well as solo success. And I do have a Gwen McRae record here. Here it is, beautiful one. This is on Possum Records. Pretty apt. Possum Records, being in the South Island, being in the Southern Hemisphere, you get plenty of possums around here. Anyway, I digress. So this is a fantastic 45 that I've got by Gwen McRae. I think this cost me around about $3. Possum Records, literally, I'd class it as a double A side. Side one, you've got All This Love That I'm Giving, a very, very up-tempo, powerful, rare groove record. Also co-produced by Gwen McRae, like I say, her husband. But on the flip side, you've got a great classic Northern number, which is 90% of me. Sorry, 90% of me is you. Again, I class it as a double A side. This is a side two, but it's double A. Let's face it. Very much more down-tempo number. But I'm going to take that. Maybe I'll get a play on both sides, but definitely side A. All This Love That I'm Giving. That's going in the box for tomorrow. Fantastic. Okay, what have we got next? We've got a little bit of, again, another double A side, I'd say. Rocksteady, classic Aretha Franklin. Okay, getting more up tempo later on in her career. And on the flip side, and this is on the Super Soul record label. So this is a reissue. So A side we got Aretha Franklin, Rocksteady. Everyone knows that one. And then on the flip side we've got KC and Sunshine Band with Give It Up. Okay, so that's a real fantastic instrumental funky number. So that's going to go in the box and get a spin for tomorrow. What we got there? Mantronics, probably not. I'm going to leave that for, I played that quite a bit. It's more of an 80s, a very good record, but I'm not going to spin that tomorrow. Spanky Wilson, Sunshine of Your Love, a classic on the BGP, a record. That's a cover of a Cream classic, Spanky Wilson. And on the flip side, a very up-tempo, powerful funk number called You. That's going in the box there as well. Okay. Okay, let's get the Latin flavour going. A little bit of Latin, I forgot about that. So we've got Willie Bobo, infamous percussionist, very, very well acclaimed percussionist Willie Bobo and his entourage, which were very up-tempo funk, Latin, jazz. And this one here is on the A side. It's on the B side. It's Coming Over Me, Willie Bobo, on the Columbia record label. And that's more of a slow, kind of modern, rare groove number. On the flip side, we have something completely different, which is Always There, a cover of Incognito classic. I'm not sure if Incognito did it originally, but they're one more fame for it, I'd say. But the instrumental of Always There, very, very up tempo. A lot of wah wah in that one. And of course, a lot of percussion with it being Willie Bobo. That's going to get a spin. So that's in the box. That gets a tick. BGP, talking to BGP, a little record label. I picked Spanky Wilson before, another one on the BGP label. We have Paddy Joe, great Paddy Joe, who worked a lot alongside Curtis Mayfield, who actually did the production on this originally. And this is remixed by the incredible Tom Moulton, one of the most prolific disco and boogie remixers of all time, I would say, going back to decades. This is her record, Make Me Believe in You, on side one. What have we got on side two? Ain't No Love Lost. Both of them pretty good. Ain't No Love Lost, a little bit more down tempo, only slightly. Make Me Believe in You, bordering on the disco, but still a great record. So that gets a tick. That's going in the box as well. What we got here? Breaks and Beats record label. I've got some great records from there. All reissues, doesn't bother me. It's just all about the music. This one here is Lafayette Afro Funk Band, Afro Rock Band, and this is Hihachi. And I played a couple of their records recently. Lafayette Afro Rock Band. I'm trying to think of the famous record that they brought out, the LP, which has got some great records on it. It's heavily sampled. The name eludes me, might come back to me. And on the other side, we've got Sing Sing by Gaz, kind of funky boogie number, which has been sampled many times. I love playing my samples, so that's going in the box as well. I think I'm going to have to refine this because I'm picking quite a lot at the moment, and usually I've got to be quite disciplined. Michael Wyckoff, Looking Up to You, of course, a very, very slow tempo soul number, great for a wind down. Yeah, I'll put that in a maybe pile. Put that in a maybe pile there. And on the flip side, Tell Me I Love. Don't really play that. It's even more down tempo. But at the end of the night, Looking Up to You, great, especially with the bass line. Winds things down nicely, makes everyone feel good and tingly inside. So that gets a maybe. What we got here? We got Creative Source. Been playing this on a heavy repeat at the moment. This is on the Mellow Right On label. As you can see, very much in the culture of kind of the northern soul scene. And this is a double A side with New Holiday on the flip side. You Can't Hide Your Love, rare groove, classic. That gets the tick, that gets the green light. That's going in the box. Okay, what we got next? Brass Connection, fantastic Brass Connection. Funk and boogie, jazz funk, instrumental track called Moving. That's a plus for me. That's going in there as well. This one here goes in the maybe pile. Rare Function. This is on the Deptford Northern Soul Club, a record label, reissue, and they tend to bring out some amazing releases. I don't know how they get the rights to do it, to be honest, but there's some incredible records in their back catalogue. And obviously Deptford Northern Soul Record Club, hailing from the UK. This is more of a disco number. They're very heavy on the Northern Soul, but this one is more disco. This is Rare Function, Disco Function, the record is called. And then on the flip side, we've got Willie J and Co. Boogie With Your Baby. I'm going to put that in the maybe pile. Very up-tempo, very fast, that one. Very heavy. But you see, this is the thing when you do a debut night. You're not too sure what the crowd's going to be like. The venue itself is a small little place, quite intimate. and it's got a lot of seating in there, which they can't move. So it's more of a coffee, it's more of a cocktail bar lounge situation. Um, so it's going to be pretty laid back, which I love, and it's a Sunday night tomorrow night. So I'm hoping it goes well because it's something for the future. It's winter here, and gigs are pretty hard to come by this time of year. I've got a couple of like I said, I've got another a residency that I do, and there's also another great soul weekend coming up in Canterbury in September. But over winter time, and it's like hen's teeth. You gotta pick and choose where you can. So this would be a great opportunity if it all goes well. Um, so yeah, hopefully it's a nice kind of cocktail bar background music vibe. And I think one of the things they're looking for is the vinyl selection. So that kind of helps me because hopefully, that's what I'm all about. So Shuya Okino, and famous jazz composer, jazz funk composer, and the Kyoto Jazz Massive. Sadly, he's passed. He passed last year, but an amazing musician. This is a great record. Another double A side. So on the A side, we've got well, both of these are fantastic female vocalists. Navasha Daya is gone from strength to strength, and she's definitely flavour of the year for me at the moment. And this is "Still in Love," which is a cover of it's a cover of the what's it? Who did it? Oh, come back to me. It's an eighties group, and they also did "Don't Be Good to Me" or "Just Be Good to Me." I think it's Odyssey. Could cover of an Odyssey classic, and that's great. And it's got the original jazz break in there, pretty much 3/4 away the record. So that's going to get a spin, I reckon. If that doesn't, then the other side will. And this is obviously, fantastic. And Dia Davenport, associated heavily with the brand new heavies back in the day, but went on to be a very, very successful solo session singer. Been going for a few decades now, and yeah, this is called "Look Ahead," featuring Ndia Davenport. Both similar tempo, both great for that kind of vibe tomorrow. So that gets a plus, that gets a tick. Going in. Okay, I'm not going to play that one. I'm not even a speaker. That's one that is basically Gloria Taylor, but it's heavy on the remix. Bit too heavy for tomorrow night. Same as this one. This guy's fantastic as a producer, Arthur Baker. Actually, do a radio show, Totally Wired Radio, and he does, which is based in London, every month. And Arthur Baker also does a show, he used to anyway. I'm not too sure if he does anymore. But great producer. And but this is a bit too. It's about 124 BPM, bit too fast for tomorrow. Like I say, we're not trying to get people dancing. We're just gonna set the mood at the venue. Oh, it's more on the disco. Sister Sledge, probably not tomorrow. All these are great records, don't get me wrong. I'm not dismissing them because they're not. It's just I've got to pick and choose for the right vibe for tomorrow night. We've got here Spread Love by none other than Al Hudson. Definitely great Rare Groove number on the Mellow Right On record label. Once again, that's the second one I picked there today. That's going in the box, shadow of a doubt. Jimmy Bohorn, a great artist from the 80s, 70s and 80s, probably before that, 60s as well, late 60s. Dance Across the Floor, love playing that. Not going to play it tomorrow night. Like I say, I'm not trying to get anyone up and jigging. And that's 2 copies I've got of that. I didn't realise I had 2 copies. That's good to know in case one of them packs in. Okay, what we got here? Chance for Peace, BGP Records, labels again by none other than Lonnie Liston Smith. And on the flip side, we've got Expansions. Great instrumental, both of them. Absolute must for there. Joe Batan. So I put in a bit of Latin before. And Joe Batan is very much, obviously, Latin funk influenced. Great artist. I think this is called Latin Struts. And this is from a box set I got from Soul Jazz Records. Anyone who's getting new into buying records and you like your jazz, you like your funk, you like your reggae, you like your soul music, can't go wrong with anything from Soul Jazz Records. Just an incredible record label. You've got the rights to a lot of fantastic artists. So if you're new to this kind of record collecting scene, head to Soul Jazz Records. I'm not sponsored by or anything like that. This is just purely off my own steam. Go and check out Soul Jazz Records back catalogue. You will not be disappointed. So Joe Bataan, Latin strut, that's getting in there. That's going in the box. Okay, probably a play it safe one, but still a great record nonetheless. And this is again is from the box set. It's actually from the soundtrack that James Brown created. I forget the name of the film, but it includes a lot of great records. The Boss, been used many a time. Featured in many a soundtrack on film and TV, and obviously his own soundtrack. What is that soundtrack called? Not too sure. I'm not too sure what the soundtrack is. Anyway, and then on the other side you've got Blind Man Can See It, which is a great instrumental funk number. James Brown, obviously featuring Fred Wesley and the JBs as his go-to session band, with Clyde Stubble, oh, what's his name? Stubbleford on drums. Incredible. Anyway, that's going in. Like I say, kind of a play safe one, but I love it anyway. And you tend to get asked for a bit of James Brown when you play out, so I always like to try and keep people happy and not disappoint where I can. Prince, I Want to Be Your Lover, or Warner Brothers label. I'll put that in a maybe. I know it's disco, but everyone loves a bit of Prince, so I'll put that in there. So it's getting heavy on the 45s. What else have we got here? Got some 12s there. I won't go through those. I won't go through those just now. I'm gonna focus more on the 45s, I think. So let's see what else we've got. Saying that, I've got one definitely. There's definitely one 12-inch that I'm gonna play. Can You Feel It? The Jacksons. No, not tomorrow. Too much on the disco. Too much on the disco side of things. Another Breaks and Beats one. Funky Drummer, James Brown. Root Down, Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith, great. Down tempo. Jazz funk. Funky Drummer, James Brown. Another good one. I'll put that on a maybe. I'm not too sure about that. Flashlight, Parliament. Yes, I'll put that in there from the Casablanca label. That's going in there, of course. Under the Influence, no, that's an LP. So this one here is pretty special. I got sent this recently. There's only been 100 that are pressed. Deltaphonic Records. This is a band called Jamie and the Numbers, hailing from Wellington in New Zealand, and they've released this recently. I've got number 48 of 100, so it's going to become a collector's item. Cost a pretty penny, but it's an investment at the end of the day. It's all been signed as well, which is fantastic by the band. So this is a double flip side on the A side, or the B side. What, when, how, or why? All the questions, which is great. A great number. But I do prefer the A side, which is The Fugitive, and that's remixed by Lee Fisher for Mother Productions. And I played this a few times. Last time I played it, actually, a lady came up. She tried to Shazam it because it's Kiwi and fairly new, and it's a remix. She couldn't get a response, so she ended up taking a photo of this. So I think they've got a new fan, and it just goes down really well. It's great. It's great for a nice setting. Very funky. 12-inch, first 12-inch picking of the day. Fantastic. Right, where we go next? Let's have a look. I'll dig into my crates here. This is more of the soul side of things. Straight up, we've got some Motown. I can see on the label. Hope you're all doing well out there. So let me know if you have any of these tunes, or if you recommend any similar tunes from the same artist that I haven't mentioned, or anything that you think will inspire for tomorrow night's set. It'd be much appreciated. Like I say, try and make a connection. It's all about the love of music at the end of the day. That's what we're here for. Oh, by the way, that's Jamie and the Numbers poster in the background there. Like I say, from the same record. Right, so what we got here, Dancing in the Street, 45 Tamla Motown. Now, I did speak with the owner of the venue, or the manager, and he's a big fan of Motown and soul and 60s, so I wasn't really going to take any, but I might well do, just in case it goes down well. Again, it's kind of putting the feelers out tomorrow, and I'm just checking if this is live. Just 1 second. I'm back in a second. Okay, it's just said area tap to retry. I'm not sure what's going on there, but the live clock is ticking. We're 20 minutes deep. I'll probably have to go soon. Actually, I've got to do a few things, but I won't keep you too long. This is nice though. I'm quite enjoying this. Okay, yeah. So what we got here? Heatwave, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, and on the other side we've got Dancing in the Street, Tamla Motown classic. Yeah, why not? We'll put that in there. What we got here? We've got Marvin Gaye, classic Northern Soul, again on Tamla record label. Not one that many people will play. They usually got a lot of go-tos with Marvin Gaye, but this is Ain't That Peculiar. I'm going to put that in there, I think. Probably maybe 5 to 10 of the Motown selection. What we got there? Junior Walker on the All Stars. Probably not tomorrow. I would say Stevie Wonder, Uptight, Tamla record label, Tamla Motown. Yeah, we'll put that in. Everyone loves a bit of Stevie Wonder. I've got a few. I'll probably play with Stevie tomorrow. One I've been playing recently is a cover of We Can Work It Out, which is pretty good. But then you've also got like great tracks like As. What's the other one I was playing recently? Again, it eludes me. Anyway, yeah, there's plenty of Stevie Wonder. Always goes down well. James Royal, House of Jack, 60s Blue Eyed Soul. Yeah, it's got a bit of funk feel to that. I'll put that in a maybe, pal. This Old Heart of Mine, Isley Brothers. Yeah, we'll put that in there. That's a great one. Sweet Soul Music. I'll put that as a maybe. Arthur Conley. Yeah, we'll put it as a maybe. Wilson Pickett, Land of a Thousand Dances. On the flip side, You're So Fine to Me. This is now the Atlantic record label on here. Land of a Thousand Dances, great record, but very up tempo. I'll probably say no to that one. In the Midnight Hour, Wilson Pickett. Don't get to play that much. Put that in a maybe. Atlantic Records. That's a good one. Sam and Dave. Been learning this one on guitar recently. Soul Man. Which is who did the guitar with Steve Smith, I think it was. Great guitar intro, iconic. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in there. That's a yes. Nowhere to Run. Great Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. 25 Miles. Edwin Starr. Mighty Good Loving on the flip side. Yeah, I'm going to give this. I'm going to put this in there. Tamla Motown record label. Edwin Starr. 25 Miles. One of his most famous, other than War. And then on the other side, we've got Mighty Good Loving, which is more of a northern selection. So if it's kind of heading that way, I'll pick a both. Jobs are good. Jack of My Tears, Smokey Robinson, Tears of a Clown. Oh, play it a lot. I'm going to put no for that one. I do love it, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to say no. You Can't Hurry Love. No, that's a pretty Darren Ross Supremes. I won't play that this time. Heatwave, that's the second copy. Very good to know once again. Another copy of Tears of a Clown. This is great because I'm getting to sort my records out as I'm going as well, which is fantastic. What else have we got? Heard It Through the Grapevine, Marvin Gaye. Do you know what? I've got some good remixes of this. So I'm not going to put this on the vinyl selection. And there's also great cover versions, like for example Gladys Knight and the Pips. Even though he can't be the original, but I'm going to probably say no to that one and maybe drop some of the remixes. Maxine Brown, Chuck Jackson, very heavy on the Northern Soul, probably a bit too heavy for tomorrow night. Okay, so that's good. We're getting somewhere now. We're making good progress here. Okay. What else we got? Now we're getting to like deep into the heavy Northern Soul selection. No, Kent Records, no. California Soul, Marley and the Shore. Yes. Perfect for tomorrow night. Eloise Law on the Music Merchants record label as a reissue. Part of a box set collection that I've got from Holland Dozier Holland. I shall show you now. This one here, beautiful. Again, anyone new to the soul scene, Holland Dozier Holland. Started basically two brothers and Dozier as well got together. They used to be associated with Motown, be heavy in the production and songwriting side for Motown. Split off from the Motown Records, went to form their own record label, Holland, Dozier Holland, and I don't think they made a bad record. So anyone new to the soul scene, highly recommend if you can get hold of this box set here, just to get you kick started on the scene. Anyone who's knows their soul when it comes to soul music, get this as well. Massive on the Invictus label. Plenty of great artists on that. Eloise Law, you've got Frida Payne on there, you've got Chairman of the Boards, etc., etc. Barino Brothers, just incredible. Okay, so that's going in there. Double A side from Eloise Law. The Montclair's very heavy, deep Northern Soul, probably not right for tomorrow. I've got to be careful there. Same as Lester Tipton, Deptford Soul Northern Club. Deptford Northern Soul Club record. Chess Records, bit too much in the 50s for tomorrow. That's, well, saying that's Terry Callier, Ordinary Joe. It's a great record. Oh, I might put that on the maybe pile, actually. On Chess Records, Terry Callier. What have I got here? Dove Records, The Stars of Dove, which is a kind of small EP dedicated to Northern Soul. Stars of Dove Records. Not going to do that tomorrow. Hot Wax, which is part of the Invictus box set that I just mentioned earlier. Honeycomb, great female band. If I Can't Fly, come back on the flip side. Put that in a maybe pile. Okay. What else have we got? Darryl Fletcher, Kent Records, no. Heavy Northern Soul, Mary Love, Heavy Northern Soul, Champion, no. Again, 50s, Northern Soul, Melbourne War, Magic Touch. Put it on a maybe. That might get some Kent Records, but that's an iconic one. The Exciters, Turn Me On, and then Blowing Up My Mind. Great record. Reissue on Out of Sight Records. Blowing Up My Mind is probably a well-known one. And the most well-known one by the Exciters. But I'm going to say no to that one. Okay, this will be the last of my pile today until I'll let you go. I've got a few things to do, like I say, but it's helping me out sift through the records for tomorrow. Harlem Shuffle, Bob and Earl on the flip side, Duck, Jackie Lee. I might put that on a maybe there. Okay, that might work. No, not that one. Kent Records. Just going to skip the ones that I'm not going to pick because I'm not going to bore you with the details there. No. Frida Payne, a great record. Unfinished, Unhooked Generation. It's just a double A side, part of the same box set I was talking about before. One's instrumental, the other one's got vocals, but the vocals come in because it's kind of a re-release that they put out there of a different, what do you call it? A mastered version. That's what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. 1 second. Oh, bless me. Okay, so yeah, Frida Payne, Unhooked Generation, great guy record, very soulful indeed, and it's just got the melody line that's just iconic, which is heavy on the guitar and the keys. Sample many a time as well. JV4, Strong Island, classic hip hop. Sample that. That's what always takes me back to that one. I'll put that in there. That's gonna get a spin. What else we got? Frank Wilson, Not Tomorrow, even though it's a good record. Chains, Black and Blues, good record. Toast to Other People, Black and Blues, probably Not Tomorrow. Okay. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, I'm going to leave it there and say au revoir. But like I say, I just thought I'd sift through my collection there for setting up for tomorrow's gig at a place called Little Mez. Nice little cocktail lounge bar in Queenstown, New Zealand. South Island, New Zealand, if we can get there. It's snowing at the moment, so hopefully the roads aren't too bad. But looking forward to it. Debut gig, hopefully there's many more. And what I'll do, I'll keep doing this in the future. It's kind of like a nice little DJ diaries. And I might even give a little debrief after the gig tomorrow, so let you know how it goes. Obviously, I'm not going to play any of these. I've got my record set up here, but I'm not going to play them because I just want to do this live stream and not get any copyright claims or issues going on. I'm used to those, unfortunately, with the channel I've got. But a lot of these I mentioned, you can go to my channel and on YouTube, Chris Langston Music, and I've put these up for you to hear in full. So yeah, I'm not going to play these as I talk about them, but you can go to the channel and listen to them in full. Thanks a lot for your time and attention. If you've got any suggestions of great records that you bought recently, or I go to never leave your record box if you play out or if you just play them at home that you love, let me know. I would love to know. I'm always on the lookout for great new music in the realm of soul, funk, Motown, rare groove, especially loving that at the moment. A lot of modern soul, going into the jazz, classic hip hop. Um, what else have we got? Jazz funk, you name it, anything like that, disco and boogie. Please let me know. Right, I'm going to get off. Take care. Till next time. Ta-ra for now.